What's up, NVKBA? Glad to be back. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Shout out in the comments if you can hear us well, if you can hear me well. Joel, how you doing this evening, my man?
I'm good. I'm sore. I'm tired.
Me too, and I didn't even fish.
Yeah, my body's not used to this.
Back at it, finally. It's been a long wait. A lot of weather issues early this season. But here we are, guys. Matt, Scott, how you doing, brother? Lee, appreciate it, guys. Good evening, Brandon. Who else we got in here? The triumphant return of Mr. Peter Manthos. Yeah, man. Excuse me. That video is never going to get old. It's going down in club history, and it's going to stay there. Yeah. So, yeah. I got a few special guests on backstage with us tonight. We'll go ahead and bring them on when the time comes. But we'll go ahead and let this thing fill up for a few more moments here. Again, apologies late tonight, guys. We had to get a few more ducks in a row before going live. But I do appreciate your patience. And, yeah, like I said, just glad to be back. It's been a long wait. Here we are. Didn't have as many people fish Saturday as I thought we would.
Wind forecasts.
The wind, yeah. How was the wind out there Sunday, Joel? Was it a little bit better?
I think it's dependent on what end of the lake you're on.
Somebody said there was a cell tower they thought was out down on the southern end of the lake. It was causing some upload issues.
I think that's just people complaining. I'm just kidding. There might be.
Well, I didn't get too many of the poor uploads because, like I said, but the ones that I did get were from a little further south, from what I remember. I hate that,
yeah.
But I know it's definitely a good feature to have. For those who don't know, if cell signal is an issue, especially if we know that cell signal is going to be an issue going into an event, I have the capability in Fishing Chaos to allow for low-res image uploads. So that it helps folks out a lot. Obviously, it eats up less data, but the pictures are a little bit grainy. So you may go on to Fishing Chaos, like I said, when we upload these or when we open up the standings, and you might see some grainy photos. But just know that when I look at those on the judging side of the house, I have the ability to zoom in very far. Sometimes I think too far, but it works out to for everybody to be able to not have those. At least to kind of mitigate some of the cell signals that we have. And you'll see that come into play, especially when we get out to these river events later on this season, especially like Shenandoah area, some of the lakes, some of the smaller 5 lakes that we run. It'll definitely come in handy.
Yeah, I always have terrible cell service in the couple creeks I'm in up there.
Fish haven't gotten the message that I was there to catch them. I like it. The cell service is great at Bat's house. Well, we got some folks in here. We got about 22. I'm sure some more will be chiming in. Like I said, guys, appreciate you tuning in. Apologies for being late, but we'll go ahead and start knocking this thing out. First and foremost, as always, we appreciate everybody who fished with us this past weekend. Obviously, we appreciate all of our sponsors. You guys got to see in the new intro video. Shout out to them and everything that they continue to do for us. It's been great. From looking back, man, from where we started back in 2018 to where we are now, we're very lucky to have what we have, and hopefully it continues to grow and get better. And like I said, it wouldn't be what it is without each and every one of you out there. So had some awesome, looked like some really awesome moments of camaraderie that occurred over the past weekend. Saw some guys that were having some, or at least one angler who was having some boat issues, had a leak and was able to get, help from other folks in the club. That's outstanding. That's what this is all about, you guys. Had a new youth angler sign up. And fished, and he was able to get out there with his dad and enjoy that time, father-son time. If you guys know me, I got kids who fish. My son Riley, he loves to fish. Unfortunately, we were out of town this past weekend, so we didn't get out there ourselves. But that's near and dear to my heart. And if you guys saw the message that I sent out prior to the tournament starting, we kind of had a last minute update with regard to our youth rules. So what I'm going to end up doing is getting this stuff into writing, because my goal, one of my longtime goals is just to continue getting more youth involved, and making sure that they have the ability to get out there, and most importantly, make sure that they have the ability to get out there safely, because obviously the youth, there's a lot of times their first time out in a competitive environment. So we want to make sure they're doing it the right way and the safe way. So we're going to go ahead and implement some new rules on our end to hopefully allow for more of that in the future. So it's all good stuff. Like I said, I appreciate everybody's flexibility on that. But more to follow. I hope to have that solidified before the next event, and that way maybe we'll see some more out here on the Potomac River coming up. But yeah, Mr. Rick Foley, I know he was floating around Lake Anna. I missed you this year, Rick, but hopefully I'll see you again soon. I love the Lake Anna event. If you guys don't know, that's one of the reasons why we hit it twice a year. It's a big lake, it's a big body of water, a lot of different options, a lot of homework that goes into fishing this body of water. As you all know, it fishes different every time of the year, and there's different sections of the lake when you break it down. It's just it can be a magical place. Sometimes it can be a hard place, but I feel like it's going to continue to get better, and I'm seeing some really nice fish get pulled out of this lake. A lot of 18 pluses that were caught over the weekend, and some real fat fish. Man, I like some serious footballs that would come out. So that says a lot. It's good healthy lake. So, but anyway, without further ado, we'll go ahead and kick this thing off. I'm going to start like we always do. We're going to go ahead and hit the top 10. Again, we had 69 anglers between both days. And that was a great show out. I had to do a few refunds. Obviously some folks couldn't make or couldn't make the rescheduled event. So I think we had less than 10. So that was really awesome to see everybody be able to be flexible and still get out there and fish and kick the season off in a good way. So we do appreciate that. Appreciate a lot of the traveling anglers that came by and fished with us. The folks from Mid-Atlantic KBF, I know unfortunately they had to call their first event of the year. We're really happy that some of those anglers were able to come down and fish with us, and we appreciate their camaraderie and their support for our club as well. So we hope to be able to support them back in the future and continue to have all these great events and options for anglers. But all right, again, like I said, I can ramble, you guys. So Joel, just tell me to get back on track.
Yeah, keep it moving.
So, all right, top 10. All right, I'm not going to share my screen for this just because it's complicated and I don't want to spill the beans too early, because I will mess it up, because that's just what happens when me and technology get together. Let me go ahead and pull up Chaos here. Where are we at here? I got a separate window up. All right, cool. So 10th place with 70 and 3/4. Looks like we actually have a tie. I'm going to look real quick for ties, so I don't screw it up. We do have a tie for 9th and 10th place. Obviously, the angler who let me check this guy real quick. I think these guys both fished on day 2, but I just want to be certain. I'm gonna have to go through this because I think one guy fished on day 1.
Once you say the names, I'll tell you if they did or not.
I know one guy fished here on day 1. I think 10th place fished on day 2. So obviously it was a little weird this event, because generally tie breaks go off of first submitted, whoever submits the fish first, or whoever has, usually in this case, whoever has the biggest fish. So if that's the case, yeah, that would make sense why 9th place is still in the lead, because we go off of biggest fish between those two anglers first. And then if that's the same, we go down the line and then we start worrying about time submitted. So this shouldn't be an issue for 9th and 10th place. When it becomes an issue is when you have 2 big bass and then you go off of time submitted. So 10th place, this should stand correct with 70 and 3/4, Mr. Frank Bogdan. Good job, Frank. Frank had a 5-fish limit. Let me see how many other limits we had here in the top. So the top 12 was actually, 12th place was the first 5-fish limit. So it just tells you how tough it was this weekend. And Anna usually is like that, especially this time of year. It's really hit or miss. But I was definitely glad to see some folks get on them. But good job, Frank. 10th place, 70 3/4.
I think Frank came in. I think Frank came in behind me and got his limit. I think it was him that I saw. Yeah,
Nice.
I was like, I said, screw this creek, and then I saw he had 5 fish, and I was like, man,
that's how it rolls, man. That's how it goes sometimes. But yeah, good job, Frank. Top 10 finish. That's going to get you some good AOY points and set you up pretty here for the second tournament coming up. And for the tie break with 70 3/4, catching the biggest fish out of the 2 anglers is Mr. Corbin Gonzalez. Good job, Corbin. Corbin had the tie break fish with a 17-inch largemouth. Great work.
Corbin fished Saturday.
Yep, I knew Corbin fished Saturday. I'm pretty sure Frank. I want to say
he was Sunday. Yep.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Going to 8th place with 71 1/2, Mr. Lee Richmond. Great job, Lee. Lee had an 18 1/4 inch for his big fish, and Lee was coming off of the KBFNC. He shot up here from Alabama Saturday and hit it hard Sunday morning. So great job, brother. Top 10 finish. Yeah, man, what a weekend of fishing for you. And obviously everybody forgot to mention before we started this these standings that we had a lot of anglers go down and fish the KBF National Championship at Lake Gunnersville, and they tore it up, man. I think most of them made it into the 3rd day. So yeah, fantastic work. Just to see everybody holding up those blue boards was just amazing. And to know that everybody, everyone in that photo came from NVKBA is something else. So I know some guys weren't happy about that when we had to reschedule this event. They're like, God dang it. Like, I got to drive up from Alabama now and try to make it Sunday. But hey, they made it work. We appreciate it. And like I tell everybody, man, if you're on that national stage, that takes priority. If you made it that far, through our club to be able to get to that point, I would much rather see you there. Obviously I want you here. I want you to fish our tournaments, but that's a big deal. It's a lot of times that's once in a lifetime stuff for some people. So don't take it lightly and be proud that you made it there and that you went there. Don't worry about missing one event here back home. It's not going to hurt you, I promise. But yeah, great job, Lee, man, coming into the top 10 off of the national championship. That's a lot, bro. Good job. All right, 7th place with 71 3/4, another 5 fish limit. Had a handful of good fish, Mr. Eddie Butler. Great job, Eddie. I want to say Eddie was out there Sunday as well.
No, Eddie was Saturday.
Eddie was Saturday. So he was one of the few that got on him and stayed in the top 10 going out there Saturday. That says a lot because I think Saturday we only had 16 anglers and then 40 some, almost 50 anglers fishing on Sunday. Dude, that great showing.
I think that win was rough for them on Saturday, but I think the fishing might have been.
I think Eddie's started running a motor a couple years ago as well, so I know he was hopefully able to stay put out there and not be blowing around too much. But yeah, great job, Eddie. 7th place with 71 3/4. All right, 6th place with 72 even with a big fish of 20 1/2. This was one of the first 20s that we had.
This fish looked like it was all of 6.5 pounds at 20 inches.
Yes, you guys will be able to see this. Like I said, when I open up standings here, some of these fish are serious. They're pancakes, man. They're just fat footballs. They look awesome and healthy. No 24s like we saw last year, or was it 23?
20
fish last year.
22 1/2, I think.
Was it 22 1/2? I thought it was 23.
Yeah. No, yeah, bubble lip, and Vic and I both had 21s, and Paul had that 22 1/2.
And that was at the season opener, so man, that wasn't broken all year.
We had a lot of. I think there was 18 fish over 20 inches last year, or something like that.
Which is crazy because Lake Anna, you would think that the big fish would be caught at one of these reservoirs that we fish, because there's some serious giants in these like 10 pluses in a lot of these reservoirs. So that's, again, it says something when you can get on them at a place like Lake Anna and keep it there all year. But anyway, 72 with 20 1/2 big fish. And matter of fact, this angler had some really nice fish. He had a 20 1/2, he had a 19, and then a pair of 16s. In sixth place, Mr. Josh Reese. Great work, brother Josh. And Josh was actually – shoot, let me go back here. This thing's getting wonky on me. Josh, I want to say he was the only angler in the top 10 that had a 4-fish limit. Didn't even have a kicker. Didn't even have that fifth fish. Yep, looking at it now, 72 out of 4 fish. That's awesome, man. If he would have had one more fish, we might have been, might have been a different story tonight. So I know he was probably hurting for that thing. But anyway, great job, Josh. Next up in 5th place and the first payout of the tournament with 75 1/4. Mr. James Coleman, Mr. Rookie of the Year. He was 2021 Rookie of the Year? I have to go back and look. James is always at the top of the leaderboard, man. Great work, James. James had a 20 3/4 as well.
2020 ROI.
2020. Okay, man, it's been 4 years already. Holy cow.
Quit dyeing your beard, making everyone think you're young.
I know, right? I'm starting to get a few grays in there. But yeah, great job, James. Again, 5-fish limit, had a few smaller fish there, but that 20 3/4 really made up a lot of ground for James to push him into the top 5. And I just lost Joel. I don't know what happened there. But anyway, hopefully he gets back in shortly. There he is.
My bad. I had a button.
Golly, one job. No, I'm just kidding. 5th place, James Coleman. First payout. The first payout for this event is, let me look here really quick. I pulled the calculator. Got it already?
105.
105. That's great, man. Congratulations, James. $105 and 5th place and some nice stack of AOY points. All right, moving on up to 4th place. 4th place had some good fish, a 17 3/4, 16, pair of 14s, and a high 12 with 75 1/2. Mr. Mike Hogan. Good job, Mike. Another angler came straight up from Alabama to fish the opener here. Knew he wasn't going to make it Saturday, so he went out Sunday, and he got on him. Great work, Mike. And if you guys don't know already, Mike's been helping us out a lot as well behind the scenes, helping us make decisions. So we appreciate him coming on board as well, part of the admin team. So great work, Mike. Appreciate you, brother. And 4th place is taken home. What do you got there, Joel?
It is $184.
Excellent work. Excellent work. For what are we at now for pay or for entry fees? Around $50. $10 goes to Big Bass this year. So the payouts, if you guys don't know, the payouts have the payout structure has stayed the same. We just added another $5 for Big Fish. So Big Fish is definitely more than double what it was last year. So you guys, for anglers who it gives anglers a chance who may be having a rough day, maybe not be on the numbers, but they know they can go out and catch a quality fish. You're going to come home with a good paycheck if you get big fish this year, especially right now out of 69 anglers for the first event. So anyway, great job, Mike, in 4th place. 3rd place, we have this angler backstage ready to come on and talk to us a little bit about how his day went. With 76 1/2, had a 17 1/4, a 16, a 15, 14, and a 13. Mr. Greg Oaks. Great job, Greg. Coming in hot. I'm going to bring Greg on in here in a moment so he can talk about how his weekend went.
For 2020 AOI.
And, again, the same year James Coleman was Rookie of the Year, Greg was our AOY. Man, this guy's always in the running for AOY at some point or another. And Greg has taken home, $367 for third place. So, excellent. I'm going to pull Greg up here now. You ready, Greg? There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. How you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing real well. How are you guys?
Doing fantastic, man. Congratulations for a great win, securing a top 3 finish on the first tournament. And, man, how'd your weekend go?
It was a grind. I'm not going to lie. And, I started out running to the back of one of the big creeks on Anna. I didn't get a chance to do a lot of pre-fishing, so I was going to go fish some history. Mm-hmm. And I was looking at that water temperature on the way back to that creek, and I was thinking, man, if this place isn't firing, I got to get out of here. So I went back to a spot that I've done pretty well on in the past, and it was dead. And there was another angler that I kind of went back there with, and I said, man, if this is not happening, I'm leaving. And so about 10 minutes later, I was like, good luck, buddy, man. I hope you stick them back here. And I started working my way out of the creek. And I was like, man, my best spot just blanked. So I came around, and there was a bank that catches a lot of direct sunlight that a couple years ago I did really well on. And I caught 2 there. It was just really warm. The water was a little bit warmer on that bank. And I was like, thank goodness I rolled up on this spot. And it was a few minutes later, I caught that 17 a little bit further up the bank. And after that, it was just a grind for the rest of the day. The wind kicked up, so I kind of got trapped in a spot for a little while. And I thought, man, I don't know how this is going to go because there's boats everywhere. And I decided to make a run. So I pulled over. I swapped out my Torpedo batteries, and I just went several miles up the lake to another.
I've seen you do that. I've witnessed you doing that at Lake Anna before. That's a great tactic.
I've actually taken 3 batteries with me. I'm like, man, I am not going down like this. I'm going to swap this battery.
Yes,
and I just took off up the lake. I was gone. And so I rolled up in there. And that first pocket's where I told you guys that story, which we're not going to repeat. So I didn't catch anything in there. And I'm thinking, well, Lord, 3 fish isn't so bad, I guess. Let me go into this last spot that I have. And I went in there, and it was full of boats. And I said, look, man, I got a little bit of time left here, so I'm just going to have to do this. So I got in there, and no joke, after like hardly any bites, and I'm getting word that it's a tough bite for everybody, I lost 2 tanks under 2 docks. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me after this day. And I'm like, man, I'm about ready to head to the truck. And I'm like, well, I've never quit. Not going to quit. I'm going to keep, let me see what I can do here. And I looked at my watch. At one point, I had about 5 or 6 minutes. That was it. And I said, well, I'm going to go to the end like I always do and lick my wounds. It's been a good day. It was a blessed day. I'm healthy enough to be out here. Saw a lot of friends. I'm good. And so I rolled up into this little spot, and there were 2 docks there, and both of them had what I wanted, where I've been throwing all day. And I was talking. I said, all right, Lord, I remember pointing at one dock. This is the truth. And I'm not saying this to brag, but this just doesn't happen after a day like this. I pointed, and I said, I'm going to toss a Cinco in there, and I'm going to bust one right there, take a quick picture. Then I'm going to go over there, and I'm going to throw in that little spot right over there. I'm going to bust another one. And no lie, I was telling Mike Hosky this story on the way off the lake. I've made that first cast, and bam, there he was. I looked up in the air. I was like, well, you got to be kidding me.
That's awesome.
That thing on there. I threw that fish on there as quick as I could. I didn't even check the picture. Snap, flipped that thing over, looked at my watch. I was down to like, maybe 2 minutes or so.
Wow.
And I paddled my butt off that 30 yards of the other one, threw that Cinco into that hole. I couldn't believe it. And man, I got him in there. And you'll notice on that picture that my hand wasn't even on the fish. I literally threw it on the board, mashed him up against it, put it up in the air, snapped the picture. And I was like, there's no way I got that in there on time.
Wow.
And I looked at it, and I'm pretty sure it was 2:30. Pretty sure. And I looked up in the sky. I was like, wow, did that just happen? Are you kidding me? So I had to share that, not to.
No, that's awesome, man.
I've always heard stories of people getting lucky in the very end of the day. And I know I've heard people say when it's your day, it's your day. I guess it was my day to get lucky.
Well, and that's a testament to everybody to not quit. Don't give up. No, you can't. You just don't know. You know,
I almost took it back to the truck, and I would have ended up with 3 fish.
Yep.
You know, and I'm just so glad that I just kept going.
Yeah, dude. No, fantastic work.
Yeah,
no, that's awesome. A great story. And like I said, don't give up. You can't give up on stuff like this, no matter how hard it is. Because that's what's gonna get you at the end of the day. It's those who don't give up, right? It's like anything in life. That's good
You
stuff.
might not be the best stick out there, but if you don't give up, maybe something
Dude.
good will happen at the end of the day.
If your line's in the water.
Time and placement. That's a fact. Time and placement. Well, we appreciate you coming on, Greg, very much, and great job again, brother. And like I said, we'll link up after this and get you your goods, man. And like I said, sitting pretty heading into trail stop number 2. So
thanks for all you guys do.
No, absolutely.
I'd say I'm looking forward to seeing you in the Potomac, but you kick our ass all the time out there, so I don't know if that'd be telling the truth.
Man, I just jumped this. If it happens, it happens.
I'm fishing like you did last year. I'm finding a couple 100 yards, and I'm going to work it to death.
Now.
I'll see you out there.
All right.
All right, Greg. You have a good night, brother. Thank you.
Later, guys.
Perfect. That's good stuff, man. All right, second place. Coming on up with a nice solid bag with a 17.5-inch big fish, a pair of 16.5s, and a 15 1/4 and a 14.75. Second place is taking home. What are we taking home here for second place? $629.
Yep.
And we have this angler backstage with us, Mr. Chai Sang. Great job, Chai. Chai, you ready to come on, my man? Sweet. What's up, brother? How you doing tonight?
What's up, man? How's it going?
Going great, man. Going great. Congratulations. Second place finish.
Thanks, man.
You were tearing them up early, dude. You came out there, was it Sunday, right?
Yeah, Sunday.
Yeah, you come out swinging Sunday morning, dude. That was good stuff.
It was insane. I never have good luck on like Anna ever. And I went to a place where I'd never been to and figured I'd give it a try. I went to Contrary Creek.
Okay.
And
I've heard good things about Contrary.
Yeah, it's actually not bad.
You made it work.
I got lucky, man.
That's good stuff.
So I was looking on my fish scanner thingy, and I noticed that I've never taken a right into that creek ever. And so I figured, give it a shot. Why not? And I think I got my limit within the first hour and a half. It was insane. As I'm rolling up there, I saw a fish jump, and I grabbed one of my bait casters, and I'm like, I'm gonna put a top water on there. I'm just gonna try it out. The fish, they're jumping, so and it's early. Put it back there, waited for the time to click 6:30, and something just clicked in my head. It was like, Chai, just kill it now, and then you can mess around. So what I grabbed was
how deep does it get back in there? I've never been back there before.
I guess some areas are like around, I always say the average 30
okay,
feet.
so you still got some good depth then. It's not like shallow.
Along the edges is around 10 to 15, and then it goes a lot deeper as it get to the center of the channel. But I know there's a mid pinch point in the channel that gets really shallow and gets muddy.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so I caught them all on a wacky rig,
Nice.
pumpkin. Yeah.
Dude, hey, when it's tournament day, bro, that's what you got to do, man. Like, you can, if you get on them on the way you want to catch them, that's great. But sometimes you gotta just do what where you gotta stick to your guns, right? You gotta stick to what works and what you know works, and it's all about confidence, dude. And that's obviously it works.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I've always caught them in the past on wacky rig. It's just this time it was during tournament, and I figured, yeah,
dude, wackies do great out there. I mean, when I would fish out there with Riley, he would try to catch him in whatever cool way he'd want to try to catch him, and at the end of the day, he was going back to that wacky, going back to some kind of Senko or something,
And I hate it.
Yeah, it's like I said.
It's the only that and a shaky head's the only thing I can get bit on out there.
I know. I was against it for the longest time, and then
dude,
my
even
brother's friend.
Even Neds are. I mean, for me anyway, they're a little tough to get hit on out there when I throw them.
I get snagged all the time on Ned rigs.
And of course,
so
yeah.
I don't even throw it out there anymore.
How was the grass this time of year? Was it starting to come through?
No, there was still some algae though. I threw chatterbait out there, and I was able to pull up some algae. I caught my 16 on a crankbait though. The wind started picking up, and I just literally right alongside, parallel to a dock, and gave it a couple cranks and just took it.
When did you catch your 17?
It was early.
That
It
was one of the early ones.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was one of the early ones. That was
then-
it was on a point of a open channel on the left side. I literally stayed in that area for about all day, literally all
Nice.
day. There was no reason. I didn't get any further than the marina that pinched when the channel started to pinch. I just floated
yeah.
back and forth. Yeah,
No
the
reason
wind
to
was
leave,
just
man.
yeah, no reason as leave fish to find fish, right?
Right.
But I
Yeah.
should have stuck to it. But later throughout the day, the bite just died out, and I was literally junk fishing from like 11 until 2:30, and I just couldn't nail that 2-incher that I needed. That 2-incher.
Did the wind picked up later, right?
Yeah,
On Sunday.
yeah, it did. It picked up around noon.
Yeah, I think that's what you told me, Joel.
I had bad wind. The worst wind for me was around 11, between 11 and 1. It was manageable after that, but it kicked up for me. I was in a protected creek and still was getting blown around a bit, but the main had some chop, but other than that, I mean, it was just another bluebird sky day at Anna, if you ask me.
Good old classic opener.
Yeah, that's one fish Anna for me this time. So
that was my case early on,
Yeah.
but as I started fishing it more and more and more, I understood the color, I understood the pattern, I understood the structure, the area that they're fishing. Docks was just my main target.
Yep.
There's no grass, so grass is normally where I would
the fish
always go to.
Yeah, they got to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's where they were. They were just at the bottom of all those pylons and just sitting there chilling. To drag my wacky rig over some brush piles and then let it fall and then give it a couple twitches, and that's where most of my bites. That's how it happened. They're just a little antsy, but they jumped on it if you gave it enough patience.
Right on, right on. Awesome, man. Well, congratulations, brother.
Thanks, man.
Place, coming home with 198 AOI points. You'd be sitting pretty rolling into trail stop number 2. So yeah, congratulations, man. We'll link up after this, man.
For sure. Thank you guys for all you do. For sure.
No, absolutely.
You and admins, man, for real.
I appreciate that very much. Yeah, good stuff, brother. Well, like I said, we'll link up. All right.
All right.
Down, man. Have a good night, Chai. Appreciate you coming on.
You too, brother. You too.
Sweet. All right, the final moment.
Wow. You want to do big bass before the first?
Let's go ahead and do that.
I know he's not here, but
yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We'll knock out Big Fish. I'm not sure if he's on or not.
I haven't seen him in the chat.
Okay, no worries. Big Fish. Drum roll, please. We are looking at this guy we already mentioned his name.
We did.
The 20 3/4 for the tie break. We had 2 20 3/4. We have the other guy who caught the 20 3/4 on here, sitting backstage, hanging out very patiently. But the 20 3/4 for the earliest submission. This angler did fish on day 1. Both day
1.
They were both day 1. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yep.
Both day 1s. This angler caught and submitted his fish first, so he took the cake. Mr. James Coleman, great job, James, with the first 20 3/4 on day 1, and then obviously the biggest fish caught throughout the weekend. So great job, James Coleman. James is going to be taking home a hefty
740 plus the 105 plus the 105 for 845.
Yep. So $690, right? So it's $10 per head for big fish. 69 anglers, and then $50 kicker for from Southland Concrete for the Southland launch. Great work, James. James is going to get his W9 too. So first event of the year, you already get.
I'm pretty sure he's used to it.
W9s.
Pretty sure the IRS knows who James is by now.
Oh yeah. James is no stranger to the.
I'm just happy not to see him in the creek I went to this year. He probably beat it up. That's why I didn't see any fish on Sunday.
Good stuff. And we'll have to we'll find out how he caught that. Maybe if I see him on the Potomac, I'm gonna interrogate him at the awards. Yeah, good stuff, man. All right, last but not least, first place coming in hot with 82 1/4. Again, like I said, big fish being that 20 3/4. Just And this angler caught that not long after James caught his, so he was so close. So
23
close.
minutes.
23 minutes off. So, and they both did the right thing. They both caught it and took the snapshot and then uploaded it as soon as they caught it. But either way, this guy's going home with a nice paycheck. Our 2024 NVKBA season opener champion is Mr. Brandon Byram. Great job, Brandon. Got Brandon on backstage here. You ready, brother? You need a minute? You good?
I won't take it out of the bag.
You're good, man. I got you muted. Just give me a thumbs up when you're ready. I got dogs. Don't worry. I got dogs, kids running around, man. You're good. But yeah, man, Brandon, he tore it up.
He seemed to be on him early on Saturday.
He was. And that was what's crazy about it. You had Brandon had the lead pretty much all day Saturday. And like I said before, only 16 anglers fished Saturday. You had a field of over 50 coming in on Sunday. How did that feel for you, Brandon?
It was nerve-wracking waiting all day.
Because yeah, we had the standings locked up for a little bit at the end of Saturday just to finish up judging and whatnot. And then I remember reopening them. And then, gosh, when you started seeing that, I'm sure, like you said, you were chomping at the bit all day Sunday for those anglers to be done.
Yeah, it was. I didn't even look at them yesterday till 1:20, right before you watched them. So
Yeah, man, dude, that's awesome though. Congratulations, man. What's up, little buddy? How you doing?
hi.
Hi.
But yeah, man. So tell us how it went, dude. How'd your day go?
It was pretty good. It's by far the best day I've ever had on Anna.
Nice.
I rolled in and was pretty nervous because there were 73 boats sitting there ready to launch, and
Oh wow. Where'd that tournament go out of again? If you don't mind me asking.
Sturgeon Creek.
Sturgeons. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So I went.
There's always seems to be one up that way.
Yeah. So I ran to my pre-fish spots, and I had found a flat and a point that kept reloading. So
Nice.
thankfully I got my limit quick.
Heck yeah. So you let me see here. So yeah, you got on them pretty early, and you stayed on them for the most part.
Yeah, nine fish.
9 total, right? That was your count.
Yeah. Yep.
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 So
And as far as let me see here, I'm looking at some comments really quick. But yeah, dude.
Not missed anything.
Okay. So Sunday hits. You said you didn't look until around what time?
1:20.
Holy cow. That's good, man.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, 120, that's pretty much right. We were about to cut standings off.
Yep.
So and you saw that you were still sitting up there, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was nervous for the people who might have waited till the last minute.
That's what always gets people, man. It's like, and after doing this for years, I come to notice there's not a lot of people that sandbag anymore. I think because of that whole big bass and the whole tie break and timeliness factor that goes into it. But it's still nerve wracking because there are, some people will do that, and maybe they don't always intend to do that. Maybe they just don't have good service or something. You know, so there's always that factor that you gotta, like I said, keeps you on the edge of your seat. That's for sure.
Yes.
I refreshed it a few times throughout the day, and I kept seeing your name sitting there still. And a lot of the day one guys, I was like, oh, it's a rough day for guys, because I know a lot of guys caught their fish late that did well on Sunday. So, how was the boats around you? Did you?
They didn't get too bad until the wind picked up.
Mm-hmm.
Then they were coming in off the main lake to get away from the wind themselves.
Start sneaking in the creeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was they caught some big bags on Saturday. So,
the big fish definitely saved me because I would be a little farther back without that one. So,
around what time of day did you get that one? That was around after 1, right? That was pretty close.
at 1:45.
Yeah, that was a close one for sure. Yeah, because
Yeah.
James caught his around 120 or something like that, I think.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
So,
crazy, man, and that's awesome. And like you said, it kept you up there.
What did it eat, if you don't mind us asking?
Texas Rig Bandito bug.
Nice.
That's the juice, man. The
So,
thing works.
yeah.
You see any? You catch any fish on beds down there?
I couldn't see for sure because it was pretty milky, but everything was like the 3 to 5 foot range.
Okay.
So I assume they were either on beds or moving up.
Yep, scouting.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome, man.
Yep.
Well, anybody you want to thank? You got any killer sponsors out there?
No, I don't.
And hey, and what does that tell you, everybody, man? Like, this is just—it's so cool to be able to see, average Joes and guys from all walks of life come in here and just and stick them, right?
Yep.
You don't always have to have, we have what I would consider pros fishing with us, right? And to just see, have it be anybody's game is just a beautiful thing about the sport. But I know, Brandon, I know you're a stick man. I've seen you on the leaderboard many a time. So
Yeah.
congratulations. Was this your first win with us, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yep. So congratulations again, man. This is just awesome.
Yep.
And Brandon's taking home 1337.
Yep.
So beautiful payday, man.
Yep.
Beautiful payday, and we'll sync up after this. Obviously, you guys, the whole since we are a day after the event is over, it's a 24-hour dispute period between now. So around this time tomorrow evening, if we don't have any issues, then we're going to start shooting payouts out, at some point, mid to later this week. So, but I don't foresee any issues. We'll get these things unlocked. And dude, congratulations, 200 AOY points, 2024 season opener champion. We got this. Are you going to be out of the Potomac in a couple weeks? You will?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Let's try to link up at some point. Like I said, Joel has your trophy. Joel, did you hold the trophy up yet? There we go. Season opener trophy. We'll make sure you get that. We'll more than likely just link up there. And I'd like to get a picture of you holding the big check as well.
Okay.
And that way, you'll have that to keep. And yeah, man, good stuff.
Sounds good.
We appreciate you coming on tonight, man.
Thank you all
Congratulations
for,
once again.
For everything you all do for us.
Oh, no worries, man. I appreciate that. And like I said, we couldn't do it without guys like Joel and Mike, Vic, Andy, Will. You guys all make this great. So, and of course, like I said before, all of our sponsors, we couldn't do it without it takes a village. And without you, little man, I hope you're getting on them too.
Like this one.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You got a little kayak yet?
Yeah.
Do you? You got to get out, man. Let's see you out there on the trail. I know you'll be on the trail here real soon.
They don't.
That's right. All right, Brandon. You have a great evening, brother. I appreciate you coming on, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
See you, buddy boy.
Bye.
That's awesome, man.
Hey, on the points, let me add real quick too when we unlock it. So I'm 99% sure that AOY points will calculate on Fishing Chaos correctly, and we can run that the whole year other than qualification for the Classic. So
Okay,
we'll see after the second event, make sure that it's adding up right. But it looks like that between tiebreakers and all the places and everything, that it's calculating the same way how we calculate points. So it should be live. You'll be able to see that in the series standing going forward.
Yeah,
We will probably post it on the website separately still, but it'll just from like a historical aspect. But the series should load correctly and run in chaos.
Yep. Yeah, that'll be huge. And big shout out to Mr. Tom Leverone as well. Tom had gave me a call a few weeks ago and said it would have been really nice to be able to see kind of how we do. Was it the AOY structure, right? And everybody, I think most folks kind of have the idea of how we do it, being a 200 point system with a 2-point decrement. But sometimes it's hard to visualize that. So and Tom wrote up a great sort of layout of how we do that. So I appreciate it. I just want to give a shout out to Tom on helping us out with that. We appreciate it very much. And that's up on the website now. When you go up and hit the AOY tab, you'll see that on there. And then, like Joel said, hopefully the system works the way we expect it to. If it doesn't, then we'll still make sure we have a separate roster for AOY moving forward. But yeah, guys, Joel, did I miss anything, man? I know we got Potomac River coming up on April 20th. I think it's the 20th, right? Yep, 20 April. That's going to be obviously from DC, pretty much DC all the way down to the 301 bridge as normal. Fish both the Maryland or the Virginia side. So we still have some details to hash out when it comes to awards locations and things like that. But just know that there's going to be multiple events going on that day. So we do encourage anglers to fish as many events as they can to support the other local clubs. We have Mid-Atlantic Kayak Bass Fishing. They got their Potomac River event, as well as the Chesapeake Reel Masters, a new club based out of the Upper Bay. So looking forward to fishing with those guys this year. Like I said, we'll make sure we share the links to those events as well, moving as we get closer here. And I do plan, today's Monday, I do expect to have the registration open by tomorrow night. I know it's a little bit delayed, but I want to give you guys at least a good week and a half to get registered for the Potomac River event. And there they are. There's your trophies, big fish and first place, the title throwdown. This is one of those events.
It's always a good event.
What's that?
It's always a good event. I hate it, but it's always a good event.
It is. It's an awesome event because, again, it's a very dynamic fishery. You guys fished it many times before. But we're hitting it about the same time that we hit it last year, I think. So it should fish pretty similar. And I think this week it's going to warm up a little bit. I don't know. Yep. I can't speak for the week after that, but hopefully we'll start to see a little more green grass coming in. Probably won't be obviously like it is in the summertime, but those fish, man, in April, mid to late April, early May, you get some studs coming up through the Potomac River. A lot of short fish, but a lot of fat fish. A lot of these big, 4 or 5 pound females come up in the shallows, up in the tributaries and stuff to spawn. So
I'll say that Greg's story is very plausible to happen.
Absolutely.
Out there, and don't quit fishing. And it's happened to me before. It can happen to anybody. I mean, that Potomac is the entitled. You just got to find where they're at and the right time, right place, like you said earlier. So we'll talk more about that later, though.
Yep, absolutely. All right, guys. Well, we got you we appreciate, like I said, appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. We got one last thing, right? We want to do, we got some sponsor prizes that we want to give away. And instead of doing it like we've done in the past, trying to figure out, different places and things like that, we're just going to go ahead and do a random number generator this time. Do you need a minute, Joel, to get that pulled up?
Nope. Should be coming up now.
I'm going to go ahead and share that. All right. So this is for an AFCO hat. We got a nice black AFCO hat, courtesy of AFCO, one of our new sponsors this year. Got a lot of cool swag from them this year. So we got 2 hats to give away tonight, and this one is going to be the black one, and then we have a nice tan one here as well. So we'll go ahead and
we're doing this by places that you finish. It's easiest to assign it versus me typing 69 names out.
Yep.
So there's 49 people caught fish. So 1 to 49. If you win, I'll exclude your number basically. And so we're going to run this a few times, and we'll link up with you, hopefully in person, and be able to get this stuff passed off to you. Unless you're not going to be fishing ever again. So hopefully that's not the case. So, all right. So here's the first one.
I got the standings pulled up too. So, all right, for the black AFCO hat.
$22 was Tyler Bumgarner.
Great job, Tyler. Going home with the AFCO hat. Like I said, if you don't make it to the Potomac event, we'll link up, brother. I got to write these down. Or does it save it for you?
It doesn't. You can write them down, please.
Yep, we can do that now.
I can't multitask. What's this one for?
This is for the second AFCO hat, the tan one.
27. Nicole Brooks.
Awesome. Congratulations, Nicole.
She
And
caught it.
was
I think
22.
she caught a nice fish yesterday too.
Nicole's been coming in hot, man. I think she just started with us last year, and yeah, she's been doing a great job. Definitely getting up on the leaderboard. So congratulations, Nicole. Great to see more female anglers out there with us.
Yep, agreed. What's the next prize?
Next prize is we have kayak cushion, courtesy of none other than Innovative Sportsman, Mr. Trey Leach.
He was in here earlier. If you don't have one of those, I definitely recommend buying 2 of them.
Yes, definitely one. 2 is like a godsend.
2's even better. 2's even better.
Yes. All right, for the kayak cushion, Innovative
Number
Sportsman,
17, Justin Butler.
Justin Butler. Congratulations, Justin. Going home with the AFCO, or sorry, not the AFCO, the Innovative Sportsman kayak cushion.
All right.
All right, next up is the Rogue Prize Pack. We have one of the Protector phone tethers, as well as I think this is like the smaller size leash. These work really well for fish grips and pliers and things like that to latch onto your kayak so you don't lose them. I like to use them. I use them for my fish grips, and then obviously if I catch a fish, I let it hang off the side on those things, and they work great. Knock on wood, I've yet to have one fail on me.
If you aren't running one of their phone protectors,
oh dude,
you need to be running one of their phone protectors.
Those are worth their weight in gold.
It's worth more. Your phone's worth more than any of your rods and reels are on the water.
Yep.
And probably, but for most, like everybody, value wise too. So, all right, next one.
All right, for the Rogue Prize Pack.
Number 41.
41.
Charles Hunt.
Charles Hunt. Congratulations, Charles. Going home with the Rogue Pack. And last but not least, I don't have it with me. I have it upstairs. $25 Jake's Bait and Jake's Bait and Tackle gift card.
All right, shuffle this up a few times. They've expanded their online store pretty much too, haven't they?
They did, and the cool thing is on the gift cards they also have a code that you can use online. So
nice.
You can use it either in store, in person, or online.
All right, last one.
Pretty big shout out to Jared and Jenny and the folks up at Jake's for hooking us up again this year. It's been an awesome partnership.
32. Nicholas Smith.
Great job, Nicholas. Type that
maybe you can mail that one if you can't link up with them. That one's nice and light and stick it in an envelope.
Oh yeah, that's too easy. Outstanding. Let me write that. 32. Oops. And what was Charles Hunt's number again? 41.
41, yeah. I'll send you the numbers too. I got that saved. So.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, I got it typed out here, so we're good. Just gotta make sure I save that. All right, that's it, you guys. I appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. Like I said, we got the Potomac River coming up. We'll make sure we get those details out as soon as possible. I hope to have that event up possibly tonight if I have time, or definitely tomorrow. Tomorrow, like afternoon, evening-ish, and then we'll be ready to rock. So, Joel, thanks again as always, brother. Appreciate you helping out. Wouldn't be able to do it without you, my man. Of course, Vic as well. And a little birdie told me that Vic might be able to help score fish next weekend, and I might be able to fish a tournament. So there's that.
I'm gonna call BS on that.
I don't know how I feel about that, but yeah. I have the itch. I can tell you that much, man. I haven't fished an event in a while, so I think.
What was that last one that you did last year?
Matter of fact, it was the Potomac.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
It wasn't good for me. It wasn't. I got rained on. You know what happened that event, dude?
I know. I'm just teasing. I remember it wasn't good.
It was horrible. And you know what happened? Freaking! I caught a snakehead of all things, don't get me wrong, I love snakehead, but I wasn't trying to catch them that day. And I remember I was going to take it home and eat it because I was like, screw it, I'm going to eat some dinner. If I don't catch any bass, at least I get something to take home. I love eating snakehead. And I had nothing to kill it with because, again, I wasn't prepared. Usually what I like to do with snakehead is I like to knock them out, give them a good old cold clock to the dome, and then let them sit on my stringer. Sometimes I'll bleed them out if I have to. It's better for the meat, in my opinion. But I decided to use, like I said, I didn't have my fish bat with me. Didn't have anything really good to
Gotta keep that hammer in the boat.
No, man, I had my freaking my big Yeti water jug. It was like, I don't know, it was like at least half a gallon, if not bigger. One of my favorite mugs. It had a nice grab handle, so I picked it up, thinking I was going to be macho and just crack this thing over the head with it, and it didn't work. It fell right out of my hand. Snakehead's still alive, flopping around, and my Yeti sank to the bottom of the dang river. So, yeah, there it sits, and that was yeah. And I think at the end of the day, I ended up losing the fish somehow anyway when I tried to take it off the gripper. So I'm coming back for some revenge. If I don't get on some bass, I'm taking home something.
If I'm not mistaken, hold on one second. The Snakehead Trail for VKAE is actually next weekend for any guys looking to get out.
Is it?
And do a little bit of pre-fishing. It's on the 13th.
13th.
Their registrations is open. They've got 18 guys. I'm pretty sure they do a side bass pot. Yep, they do a longest bass, longest snakehead, and the main event's $50. I think it's best 3, if I'm not mistaken, for snakehead.
Okay, Giuseppe, if you're in here, man, let me know. I think that's your first. I think that's their first tournament, right?
Yeah, that's their opener.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about it. And just
I kept thinking they were a little.
I got to borrow a 32-inch board, but yeah,
I got a 32. I do want to get one of those folding catches eventually because just to have.
You got to catch fish first, Mike.
Hey, man, look, I can use it for other stuff too.
I can't talk. Yeah. You don't need it for the crappie you're catching. It's all right.
In my defense, I've caught some pretty nice. I caught a couple of 10-pound snakeheads in my day.
Nice.
But
I bet you had the bat those days though.
It's been a while too, yeah. And I had my bat. I was prepared, definitely prepared. But hey, look, we'll man, it's been great. Like I said, I appreciate you, Joel. Appreciate everybody who helps out with this thing. I'm so happy to be able to, continue to do this, and I wouldn't be able to do it without each and every one of you guys. I look forward to the next tournament. I'll have this stuff up here shortly. I'm going to go ahead and now, and before I forget, let's go ahead and unlock standings before I get off of here because I want to make sure it's done. All right. Unhide, save, and big fish. Unhide, save. All right. Standings are up, you guys. Hope everybody has a great evening. Look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks on the Potomac River. Have a good night.
Take it easy.